Hey, how's it going, guys? It's your boy, Artie the One Man Party. I'm just chilling here in my little movie corner, cinema corner. I was thinking of calling this series Movie Musings or something like that. Just a series where I talk about movies because I love movies. It's me talking about my favorite movies of 2024. It was a really good year for movies, and I have over 20 favorites. I guess without further ado, there's nothing more to say. 21 is Kinds of Kindness, which is a really bizarre anthology of sorts. It's like 3 stories that are kind of connected. It's by Yorgos Lanthimos, who always makes really weird and funny movies, very dry sense of humor. So yeah, if you want to watch a very strange and entertaining movie, Kinds of Kindness. Willem Dafoe, my favorite. Alright, number 20 is Piece by Piece, which is a biopic mixed with a Lego movie about Pharrell Williams. When I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, it was really cool. Really fun, creative presentation. The animation is really pretty, and there's all this great music. You learn about Pharrell Williams and all these influences that he's had on music and these different collaborations that I didn't know about. Like, I didn't know he made Drop It Like It's Hot with Snoop Dogg. I like movies about music, so that was good. Number 19 is Terrifier 3, which is... I mean, if you know the Terrifier series, then you know what you're getting into with this one. It's a Christmas theme, and yeah, these movies are over-the-top slasher movies, super gory. They all have these amazing practical effects, and you have Art the Clown, who's like he's a new horror icon, and what's her name? I forget her name, but Lauren Lavera plays the final girl, and she's great too. So yeah, this was intense. There's a couple scenes that definitely made me wince, and both times I went to see it at the theater, people walked out, so that maybe gives you a sign of how crazy this movie is. It's a lot of fun though, if you're up for it, if you're up for the intensity. Number 18, Gladiator 2. I'm a huge fan of the original Gladiator and Ridley Scott, and so I was really excited for this one, and it didn't disappoint. Great cast, exciting action. It's a spectacle, you know? It's really fun to see on the big screen. There's this awesome scene with the rhino in the Gladiator Stadium, and yeah, I thought Paul Mescal did a good job as the main character, and Denzel Washington too, he was great. Yeah, Gladiator 2, awesome historical epic. Rebel Moon, which is probably controversial. I've seen it on lists of the worst movie of 2024. But I love it. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Zack Snyder's one of my favorite directors, and his style just speaks to my tastes. This is a super exciting sci-fi take on Seven Samurai, kind of. You know, there's this town in need, and these warriors from all around come together to protect. And yeah, you can't go wrong with that setup. There's badass action, there's cool characters, there's space battles. I just thought it was really sick. And this is the director's cut, by the way, that I really liked. I thought it was great. Number 16 is actually a tie between 2 different movies, okay? Because we got Sonic 3 and Godzilla x Kong. Both these movies I thought were a lot of fun. If you're looking for just an entertaining action movie, both of these will do the job. Gotta have my boy Godzilla somewhere on the list, you know what I mean? Number 15 is Ghost Cat Anzu, which you might not have heard of. It's an anime movie. It's about this kind of dysfunctional family, and part of the family is this cat the size of a man that talks. It's a little hard to describe, but it's definitely like Studio Ghibli vibes. It's kind of just like this fun fantasy. It's a little bit of a tearjerker too, but yeah, the animation is really pretty, and I didn't really hear anyone talking about it, so there you go. Lisa Frankenstein. Kind of a take on the Frankenstein story. There's like this goth girl, and she like hangs out in the graveyard, and then I think the guy just like comes out of the grave, and he's like, hey, I heard you wanted to get a goth boyfriend. Really campy, fun. I think it takes place in the 80s. Catherine Newton as the lead is delightful. It made me laugh quite a bit. It's just like a good horror comedy. Diablo Cody, who did Jennifer's Body, so. 13, Wicked. Now when I first saw Wicked, I watched it on my computer and I didn't really like it that much. Then when I saw it in the theater, this is how you see it. This is how you see a musical. Great dancing, great music. Can't go wrong, I love musicals. The two leads are great. I listen to the soundtrack a bunch, so this had to go on the list. Yeah, Wicked. Number 12 is Nosferatu. I love Robert Eggers. I love the whole cast that's in this movie, all the actors. It was one of those ones I kind of expected to like it before I even watched it. And it didn't disappoint. Gothic, moody, vampire, kind of like forbidden romance too. There's just this really good looming darkness, I guess I would say, about it. And I love how he writes his movies, you know, all the dialect, they talk just like the time period. Great gothic horror. 11 is another, well, it's a horror comedy, Getaway. Nick Frost wrote it, who I love, and I've recently been told that I look like. This was, I saw the trailer and I was like, oh, it's going to be like Midsummer, like a cult thing. But then it kept me on my toes. It had a bunch of surprises. This family goes to this island and there's a lot of mystery. And yeah, I thought it was funny and kept me guessing. I just thought it was really great. Good ensemble. My boy Tim Burton. Beetlejuice. Now, the original Beetlejuice is so beloved, so this had a lot to live up to. I genuinely loved it. I thought it was really funny, it made me laugh, it's creative, it captures the vibe of the original so well. It has all those amazing costumes and makeup and sets, just the world building of the underworld. The cast is excellent. You got some new actors in there, as well as the old ones returning perfectly. And yeah, you got Willem, Jenna Ortega. It was just fabulous. The First Omen. The original Omen haunted me as a kid, and this one did a good job being haunting as well. This is definitely one of the scariest movies I saw this year. I love when horror movies start with a little, almost short film, like there's a contained little scene. In the opening scene, I was like, oh, they're cooking. And it's this great religious horror that takes place, I think it's in Rome. I don't know, there's just something really creepy about this one. They know how to get into your brain and freak you out. So yeah, highly recommend The First Omen. Now, if you know me, you know I love movies about filmmaking. The Fall Guy, I was very surprised by. I thought this was great. Like an action movie turned inside out, you know? It's got Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, who are so great together. Really funny, the action's fantastic. It's the guys who worked on John Wick, so this was a lot of fun. I like the meta fourth wall breaky jokes, which can be annoying in some cases, but this movie did it really well. I'm looking at you, Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, I liked Wicked, okay? But this is the best musical of the year. Better Man. Yes, the ape movie. Yeah, this is the one about Robbie Williams, and in place of his character, it's an ape. It really works. It's just a great story, great music, good musical set pieces, and it was emotional. It just has everything I want in a movie. I thought this was excellent, and more people definitely need to see it. People were all like, oh, I don't know who Robbie Williams is. Well, fucking watch the movie and you'll find out. Yeah. I've been listening to his music since I watched the movie. Stop motion right here, which is such a creepy, dark and twisted horror movie. I've been watching this director for years. His short films, often made with stop motion and claymation, are terrifying, to say the least. So when I saw he was making a feature, I was super excited. This was really, really something special. And yeah. As Ella's mind starts to fracture, the characters in her project take on a life of their own. So yeah, this has his special stop motion style worked into the plot, which I love, because you know, I want that. He's so good at that, so it's cool that that's in the movie there. This movie's wild. It's like a bodybuilding thriller, lesbian romance, and it's also supernatural in a way. It's so many different things, and I like how it mixes the genres like that. I am always excited to see new queer LGBT movies. There's definitely a place for LGBT movies that are about the experience of being in that group. But then there's another thing that's like, it can be gay but also something else. Like, this is like gay but also like just a batshit crazy movie, which I love. It's both, and yeah, highly recommend. Also, probably some of the best cinematography of the year. We got Dune. This is one of those movies where everything's perfect. Beautiful cinematography, great cast, stunning soundtrack. I mean, you got this dreamy, alluring storytelling, and to top it all off, you got motherfuckers riding sandworms into battle. The action's jaw-dropping. It's just so freaking good. It's badass. I can't wait to watch it again and again. In part 2. Number 3, Furiosa. Now, I love Mad Max Fury Road. I love George Miller. Love Anya Taylor-Joy. I saw this on my birthday and I said, holy fuck. This man is a master of storytelling. It's not only beautiful to look at, post-apocalyptic cars and vehicles and the world building. It's just masterfully put together. This man is a master. I love how he makes movies, and Furiosa was something special. Really, really great. Number 2 is probably the best horror movie of the year. And you might know what I'm going to say. The Substance. This is a story about actress past her prime that starts to look for ways to feel younger. And it's this body horror. It's really creepy, but also has these deep messages. It's kind of a mix of genres as well. And those French horror directors, they do not mess around. This movie is gruesome, and yeah, that third act will fuck you up for sure. This movie is so well made, great soundtrack. It's just so freaking wild and creative and scary and oddly, like, I want to say like horrifyingly beautiful. Alright, the last one. Now, if you know me, I've probably talked your ear off about this. I took everyone I know to see this movie. I took my mom, I took my best friend, I took my brother. I watched it 4 times in the theater. And then I read all 3 books. And if you don't know what I'm talking about already, we got The Wild Robot. Roz and Bright Bill right there. This is it's just beautiful. It's a story about a robot that ends up on an island and starts building relationships with the animals. And it's about motherhood, it's about family, and it's funny, it's entertaining, it's just so lovely, you know, it really warms your heart, makes me cry, and yeah, you know, it's just one of those ones that it finishes and you're like, I want to be a better person, I want to call my mom and be a better person. So yeah, this is what movies are all about. Great voice cast too. Lupita Nyong'o. If this doesn't get Best Animated thing at the Oscars, I'm literally gonna kill somebody. Alright. That's it. That's number one. My favorite movie of 2024, Wild Robot. And I'd love to hear what your guys' favorites are, and I'm definitely going to make more movies, more videos about movies. I want to make my most anticipated of this year, even though we're already a couple months in. Fuck it. Maybe a tour of my movie collection also. I got so many freaking movies. Just tons of movies. I don't know what to say. I mean, take it easy, I guess. Take care of yourselves. Hope you have a good one. I'll talk to you later. Peace.